I bought my first packet of cigarettes when I was 16. It was the day after my 16th birthday. And I can remember coming out of school and thinking, yep, today I can smoke. And going to the newsagents and standing there in front of this glittering array of glossy packets and choosing JPS, John Player Specials. Mainly because they looked very sleek. I thought they looked cool. They were in a black packet. They had beautiful gold writing that was slightly sort of embossed. Buying my 10 fags, they cost 75p, which when I think about it, was like pathetic really. Coming out of the newsagents, fags in hand, and seeing my bus pull up and running for the bus, thinking I'm going to miss it. Got on the bus and headed upstairs. Everyone went upstairs, but today I was going to the back of the bus where all the smokers hung out. And I can remember the absolute joy, actually, of pulling off the sort of gold strip of cellophane that wrapped the packet. And when I opened the packet, taking out the piece of gold paper, that was the thing that made JPS special, getting out my first fag and then realising I didn't have a light. And there was a guy in front of me, he was smoking, so I asked him for a light and he gave me a light with a green plastic lighter. It's sort of become my lighter of choice since then. And that was it, I was hooked. I didn't know that I was starting something that would be with me for the rest of my life, even though I wish it wasn't. And so that's sort of how it carried on. I can remember, I'd go home. I didn't smoke in front of my parents, but I'd hang out of my bedroom window having a secret puff. And it must have absolutely stunk my room out, but I didn't really think about that. But what I do remember is after that, it becoming a sort of a thing that I'd think about. I'd think about, could I have a fag on the bus? Could I have a fag on the walk to sixth form? Would I have enough time at break to have a fag? They sort of became my full stops. They were my moment of the day. I can remember when I first went to work, going for a drink with people after work, having a fag and a beer. That seems like a pretty normal thing to do. But everybody smoked. There were like fag butts everywhere. You couldn't walk down any high street without a pile of fag butts being at every bus stop or corner of a street. And I just carried on smoking John Player Special for a while, and then I switched to Embassy Filters. And there were a couple of reasons. One, I really liked the packet because instead of a flip top, they sort of slid up and down. Secondly, they were slightly smaller, and that meant that I could fit them in my denim jacket pocket. And I think that sort of made me feel that they were perfect for me. And I carried on smoking Embassy Filters for ages until, to be honest, I got in with a dodgy crowd. And yeah, maybe they smoked some alternative stuff to tobacco. So I tried roll-ups. I can remember always having Rizlas and filters and loads of stuff. And someone giving me this like leather pouch to keep it all in. Or some people had like an old tobacco tin that they'd keep it all in. So I did that, but to be honest, it was too much faffing around. I can remember then when I met my husband, he smoked Benson Hedges. They were quite flash. They were an all gold packet. And again, they had this sort of embossed writing on. He was never a huge smoker, but going out with another smoker just meant that I think we both smoked more. I think as well, I began to have other things that would accompany my fag smoking. So when you work, it's awful if you go into the office and then you stink of fags. So then I'd have a packet of chewing gum, or I'd have some polos. I'd have some things so that I didn't go in reeking of tobacco. And that it just seemed to be part of my life. Even when I got married, I can remember thinking, where was I going to put my fags? Because I had like the big meringue dress. and one of my bridesmaids carrying a bag for my fags to go in. My mum was really horrified. I can remember her seeing me with my veil and, you know, this big, beautiful dress and my flowers and a fag in the other hand. Now I think about it, I mean, that's just an awful, hideous thought. And that's been part of my life. I think the worst thing is that as a smoker, you rely on them. They become part of your everyday. And so when I had children, I really did try to protect them. I tried to cut down a lot. Really didn't want them to be smokers. And then one day, I found my 17-year-old son having a fag outside of his bedroom window. It just made me cry.